Sorry, permit me to also just add another statistics to what Mrs. Akinkugbe said about why it's so important that families and couples think about building wealth together. For a lot of, I think there's a research that's been done around the world that says that when women lose their male spouse or divorce, their capacity to handle issues declines by 70%.
The critical thing first about ideas, you have to see your idea as, and I'm going to use maybe like a legal term, it's a property. You know, your property can be brick and mortar. Your property can be somewhat intangible that you may not be able to see or you can't hold it, but it is still valuable. Your different types of ideas, from inventions to written work to songs, you have different protections, whether it's a trademark, whether it's a patent, whether it's a copyright. You can protect them under the law. I hope you're all aware that there's an SME page on the First Bank website, and we have a lot of valuable information. Watch that space within the next 2 weeks. We're going to break down for you, you know, what to do, the different laws, how to protect your ideas. And please continue to come to that page. There is valuable information for SMEs. There's also valuable information on investments. Even for me as a professional,
they have one savings bucket for everything. So they call you from the village, they need money, it's from one account. They call you from, you want to buy a car, it's from one account. You want to travel, it's from one account. You're saving money towards buying land or property, it's from one account. So it's in one savings bucket, so it gets confusing. I think the most important thing that you can do is understand why you're investing, so that way you can match your investment goals to different asset classes. For example, if you are investing towards or saving towards your rent or your children's school fees, you're not going to put the money in the stock market, because the stock market is for long-term investing. So understanding why you're investing is really key to how you invest, and then understanding what your risk profile is as well. So some people are very jittery, they cannot stomach the stock market, the way it goes up and it goes down, so they should do safer investments. Some people, you know, have a bigger risk appetite, so they can afford to take calculated risk. But I think the most important thing is understand why you're investing, and don't invest in things you do not understand.
So there is some correlation with increasing success and relationships, which we've got to be very, very conscious of as we navigate life, because it does cause problems. And one of the greatest causes of friction and divorce is money. Okay? So it's something that you need to navigate carefully and bring your spouse or your partner in gently, and be very careful and considerate about the conversation, without being demanding, without being overexerting and so on. Sometimes we can be a bit aggressive, we can be a bit pushy. And because we are married to African men, most of us, who come with some ego in a very patriotic society, we must be conscious of this.
It's important that first, because you know, the 3 people that got the award, it's not about the amount. That's not what we're looking for. It's the consistency, the commitment, and the discipline. That's how so they're not necessarily the ones with the highest balances, but they were the most consistent in following their target. Because you set your own target. We don't set the target for you. And you set your target based on your own income. You set your goal, and it's how you keep with that goal. That's what we are looking at, because that's what tells us that you will achieve your goal. And that's how we evaluate who the winners are. Everything we've talked about today is to affect your mindset, because really what you do is about how you think. The things you do well, it's about how important they are to you. What you deploy your time and your resources towards are the things you consider important. And it's affecting your mind in a way that you determine that the right things are the important things. That's really what this is all about. Our project for the last 2 years, going almost 3 years now that we've been at this, our goal has been first to inform, to educate, and to empower. And to seek at every stage to move you from wherever you were last night to the next place that you need to be tomorrow.
Those who can afford to pay for what you are offering are out there. Key question is, can you find them? Can you articulate a value that brings them to you and keeps them with you? Please understand that. Can you articulate a value that brings them to you so it's attractive, but also to make it sustainable, keeps them with you?
I believe that we are getting ready to take our place in the world, because we are not there yet. So because this is one of it. Look at beautiful women here, powerful women seated here, over 1,000 people. It's encouraging, it gives me joy. I'm supposed to like spend a few hours and run back to work, but I feel this is where you should be. This is where you should be. So I'm excited to be here, and I feel empowered already, because when you sit among women who you know, some are older than you, bigger than you, doing better things than you, then you feel empowered to be a better person.
There is a variety of work that shows that closing the gender gap, focusing on women, can unleash a nation's potential. We at the World Bank released a study at the end of May, which basically showed that $160 trillion of additional wealth can be created if you reduce the difference between the lifetime earnings of males and females. McKinsey also suggests that by 2030 that the GDP can grow by an additional $28 trillion compared to what it is today for the world at $80 trillion if we close the gender gap.